Hello, everyone. This is Kenlantan Bappy with Q's Blue World, the mermaid speaking. I am here for another installment of You've Got to Meet Kian Seh.
Hi.
Yes, we are in Singapore right now, and we are casting all the way to you, wherever you are. Okay, so Kian Seh is, I know Kian Seh originally from Singapore Poetry Writing Month, Singapore Remo, and he is an amazing poet, an inspiration to all of us because he pushes himself to write prolifically and also to meet the challenges during the April, but also for the oftentimes in other months as well. So, I'm here to talk to him today about his writing and his artistic journey, as well as his upcoming projects with Poetry Festival of Singapore. All right,
Okay.
Kenzie, go ahead and tell us about who you are. Introduce us to you.
Hi, I'm Kian Seh. I'm a teacher for 17 years already, actually.
Yay! Go
I have
teachers!
3 children and 1 happy wife.
Yes.
Yeah. So, the writing is a big part of my life now. Something I can do on a daily basis. My other preference, of course, is painting and art, but that is something that requires a long stretch of free time, so I can't usually do that very often. Right. So
What's your preferred medium?
preferred medium Acrylic. I used to do pen work using a ballpoint pen. Actually, that was my favorite then. But now that I discovered the acrylic paint and the colors, that's something I'm running with because previously it's all black and white.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes, very cool. So, when did you start your artistic journey? Whether it's in painting, tell me about painting and about writing.
Okay. Painting would be, I think, closer to secondary school. I was doing pencil work primarily, but somehow I picked up ballpoint pen at some point. I cannot remember exactly when. And then I started trying to sketch portraits, and I really enjoyed that, and that more or less carried on. Previously, I think in secondary school, I tried to take part in some art competition, didn't get a high place, but that was when I was using a ink pen. Yeah, it's only when I discovered the ballpoint pen actually could go really, really fine with control that things changed. So I started drawing portraits. Acrylic was more recent.
Really?
I cannot remember how many years back. It's definitely pre-pandemic. Maybe 2017 or 8 thereabouts. Yeah.
What made you pick up the acrylic paintbrush?
Oh, actually, it was quite incidental. There was some family or something for kids. So I brought my kids to this art jamming thing. So I was bored because they were painting, right? So I thought, okay, what can I do in the 2-hour class? So I asked for canvas, paid for a package for art jamming. Then I did something quick. It's still hanging there in my room because it reminds me of how I started. It
Yeesh.
wasn't great, but yeah.
It was fun, right?
It was fun. So I was like, I love the colors because I was trying to do something rainbowy, as in all 7 colors everywhere. So I thought, hey, something that I like seeing. So then I went to do acrylic on my own. I went to buy paint and yeah,
Yeah.
I like that because you didn't remain a spectator.
yeah.
Every time I'm around a creative space, I have respect for anybody who becomes a participant.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. Art is not a spectator sport.
No.
No.
It's,
Yeah.
it's difficult to keep still when all the paints and brushes are there within
You
grasp,
want to
know.
play, right?
You want to
You
play,
want to-
right?
Yeah,
You watch,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
like, it's not,
Even
it's
if you
not
just
enough.
want to look at the colors and squeeze it out.
Squeeze. Yeah, no, that's very exciting, and I'm so excited that you jumped in and did it, and then you fell in love with it, and then you
Yeah.
and Kian Seh's paintings, gorgeous stuff,
Oh, yes.
man. Yes, bravo. Yes, we've
Thank
done
you.
some fresco.
I still remember your koi yin yang.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes. And
So
then
pretty, like
and
you
the
could touch
fighting
it and it'll move.
fish. Yes, very
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's one of my favorite pieces.
Wow.
The koi bees.
Yeah, the koi
Yeah.
It
piece.
looks like it's still alive. Like
Yeah, yeah, very cool. Alright, so poetry journey, you're writing. How on earth did you get started?
Poetry is a longer story actually. It's if I were to really trace the origins, it would be closer to also secondary school. I think the greatest impact was my English lit teacher then. She gathered a few of us who she thought would be interested possibly to take up literature at A levels. Of course, I disappointed I didn't. Went the engineering route, double math, double science. Yeah, but yeah, she gathered a few of us, and after school hours, she actually got us together, and she wanted to expose us to poetry. Because back then, the O-level syllabus did not have poetry elements, right? So the only time it's introduced is in JC. Yeah, so she thought that we might take it up. So she said she wanted to expose some of us. So there's 5 of us in the group. Yeah, so that's when I first saw a sonnet from Shakespeare. I cannot remember which one, and some other poems that after I was interested in poetry, I realized it's quite common and quite famous ones. Back then I didn't know, and back then no internet.
That's
So it's
true,
really
that's true.
unless you read it in the library, you wouldn't have come across things like that. Yeah, so that's got my interest. So I started writing sonnets for fun, like teenage crushes and things like that. Yeah, so that kind of took me to probably early uni days. I was writing through army to maybe first couple of years in uni, sonnets. Yeah, love sonnets, sappy love sonnets, unfortunately. Yeah. So yeah, but after that it took a hiatus for quite a while. I wasn't really writing. Yeah, so it was much later in 2014 when Simple Rhymo just started. One of my colleagues was in the group. She just casually asked me, do I want to be part of it, because she knows I'm interested in poetry. I had written before. So I said, okay, I went on. Then I realized how little I know, because when I saw how others wrote, then I realized that I was very stuck to form. I think Joshua Ip pointed it out in some way, and I was kind of enlightened, and I tried to abandon whatever notions I had. So that, in a way, was I would see as a beginning, an actual proper beginning. Yeah, and then year on year things got better. I gained some confidence. I started submitting to anthologies, and after being accepted, then I realized, hey, I'm not that bad. Not that bad, not that great, but imposter syndrome. But at least I realized, hey, I'm actually able to make it into an anthology. So that gave me some confidence. Then I wrote more and more, and yeah, that's where I am now.
And are you also planning for a solo book?
I tried. I did submit for the manuscript bootcamp that Singlit Station had.
Yes.
I didn't make the final 6, just the 12 shortlisted ones. But through that whole bootcamp, I did pick up quite a lot of insights from the other poets and the sessions. So I'm still refining the manuscript on and off. I haven't reached a point where I think I am completely satisfied with it. Yeah, but I will be trying.
So tell me about what makes a poem a good poem to you? Like when do you know a poem is ready for you?
It depends on what poem I write, I suppose. If there are some that I write with the intention of it being witty or humorous.
Okay.
Those are usually the ones I put in more wordplay and all this. So the cleverness of it, I suppose, will be the main drive. Other poems, I think, when I wrote it, it's more of an emotional response. So when people tell me, oh, that really wrenched my gut, that kind of thing, that would be when I know that it conveyed what I wanted it to.
Right, okay. As far as forms, which forms do you enjoy interacting with, or all forms are fun?
All forms are fun. I think I like new forms, especially in Simple Rhymo.
Tombow!
When they introduce new forms, I'm always fascinated.
Yeah.
There are a lot of fun ones that came along. I would say the most satisfying one when I write it will be the sestina. But it's also one of the most painful things to write. But it's also very satisfying when you complete the challenge of it.
The Sestina.
Yeah.
Yes, excellent. So now I
New form of sapio torture.
sorry, Shen. Yes, we are talking to poets here. So this year you are challenging yourself as far as organizing and helping out in Poetry Festival of Singapore, correct? Tell
Right.
us about that project.
Okay. I don't know how much to say in the sense that in a way I'm taking over the reins from Elijah Chai, I think the surname. He was the previous person running Catharsis. I happen to be a participant in I think 2020 if I'm not wrong, and I did a reading. So I met him there. He's a very nice guy. So I was quite surprised when Eric
Yes.
came and asked me to take over because Elijah wasn't doing anymore. It was a great honor, but I do it with fear and trembling. Not a yeah, yeah. I'm a teacher. I can face a few hundred students in a lecture theatre and deliver chemistry.
Deliver chemistry.
But if you ask me to host a poetry event, I'm not sure if I can do it. It's a different domain altogether.
It is.
Yeah, so I'm really not sure if I can pull it off, but I do think that I would like to give it a try nonetheless. So here I am. So far I've already selected likely a short list of participants. I've sent them some emails so far. So let's see how that goes.
Yay! Excellent. So, tell us about the actual the deadline for submitting to Catharsis is over, right?
It was over on 30th May. If I
30th
remember
of May. Yeah.
correctly,
Okay.
yeah.
So now it's in the process of choosing who is going to be a part of which program and stuff like that, right?
Right.
Okay. Excellent. So watch out for Catharsis. Poetry Festival of Singapore is happening at the end of July, correct?
30th July.
Yes,
LaSalle.
yes. So at LaSalle College, there'll be some online activities as well. So I'll be letting you guys know on QBW as well as Club Mermaid, and social media will hear about how you can participate in watching or seeing who is a part of the Catharsis and their workshops and other things that are worth checking out at the Poetry Festival of Singapore. All right. So where do you go from here, Kian Seh, as far as besides doing Catharsis and Poetry Festival of Singapore? What other projects are you interested in artistically?
I really have no idea where, but I would say that the current ambition or dream is hopefully to be published. So I
Yeah.
do really want to work on that manuscript and get
Yes.
it sorted out. That's probably the main project for now.
Very good. And is there a page count that you're shooting for?
Not exactly, but I mean, I had a compilation of about, I think, 40 over poems at one point, but somehow it just felt like there's still some meat to be added to it. Yeah.
Excellent.
So it didn't feel complete at that point.
Can you tell our viewers about what Singapore Poetry Writing Month is again?
Well, it happens every April. 30 days each day, there will be a prompt by one of the senior moderators, and we all write in response to that.
And can anybody be a part of it?
Yeah, anyone can join the community. It's a Facebook group, free to join.
Excellent. Now, this year I want to congratulate Kian Seh for writing at least one poem every day for 1 year.
For 1 year and going. Yeah.
Yes,
Since
and going.
last April till
Yes.
now, and still going on.
Yes, and so this man is an inspiration to many of us poets. Like, wow, if Kian Seh can write, maybe we can write also. Yeah. So at the heart of Singapore Poetry Writing Month is to inspire people to write more poetry. Correct?
True.
And so by having someone like Kian Seh around, it's so helpful because it's we can produce. I mean, we don't have to always have perfect poems or like truly like ready poems, but at least we can be producing and creating so that we can keep our pumps primed.
Yeah.
Would you
Yeah.
tell us a unexpected takeaway from writing that prolifically and that long?
Okay, to be honest, I set it as a goal. I didn't know I could accomplish it. It got really hard towards the end of that 1 year cycle
Wow.
because it felt like I was running out of ideas. I mean, I took inspiration from news, from sometimes memes as well, funny things that I see. Yeah, so I don't know about takeaway, but I would suppose the fact that I actually could write on a daily basis, that in itself is a major takeaway. I really didn't know it was possible. It was just a day at a time, just trudging on and seeing where that goes. So when I completed the whole year, then it was this year's Simple Rhymo. So I usually do 2 poems a day for April anyway. So at the end of that, I really wasn't sure whether I could carry on. So this time around, I didn't set a goal. I just write when I can. But now that after 1 year of doing it, it doesn't feel so unnatural. And yeah, so I've been still writing since technically first April last year till now on a daily basis. Yeah.
加油, man, that is so inspirational. And not just to me, but I've talked to other community members as well, and we're like, yes, we're so inspired, we want to do this. And you know, it's like, oh, backlog, backlog. Okay, everybody, we're like, let's do this, get back onto it. So I'm very happy to hear that you've done that and that you're still continuing. And I know that many of us admire you for doing that.
Oh, thank you, but yeah. Okay, I'm still shy about this.
Yeah. Also, the other thing that we did not hear about the awards is we call behind the scenes we call Kian Seh first strike. Because when the prompt comes out, very often Kian Seh is the first one. But I must admit, I was very proud when I stole one from him. Yes, yes, I stole one.
So you're not only prolific, you are quick to submit.
Because I really do not have a lot of time. So I primed myself to write in
Out of necessity.
probably within 15 to 20 minutes, thereabouts, because that's just about the only free time I might have.
Speed writing.
In a way,
Yeah,
in a way.
And excellent
Wow.
stuff.
Right.
And excellent stuff. I tell
And so
you.
you are exploring and utilizing forms you have not seen in 15 to 20 minutes.
Yes, sometimes.
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't quite see it that way, but yeah.
No,
Sometimes
seriously, because in my writing process, I achieve it by mulling over it for a long time, and then when I sit down to write, it's very efficient. But you're telling me that your entire creation process at 15 to 20 minutes, that's really quick.
that's usually during the Simple Rhymo
Sure.
period, because
Yeah,
the
but the
prompt
fact is
comes
that
out.
he's
That
still
you're
kept-
still
yeah,
doing
yeah,
it
he's
in
still doing
30
it.
days in that time frame, 15 minutes.
Yes. So
Wow.
the prompt comes out at 10 o'clock. And then within 15-20 minutes, ping, he's already there.
So again, I heard the first strike, but I thought, okay, like once or twice. No, every day.
No.
Almost every day? No.
No, not every day. No,
Almost.
So
Almost.
No.
Okay.
I
How many
don't
did you
take-
miss?
no.
How many did you actually miss? Come on.
I didn't keep count, honestly speaking. It's less than half
She's
the
been
month.
keeping count, I guarantee
It's
you.
less than half the month.
I guarantee you.
I think
Kevin.
at most a dozen. I don't think it's every.
But
it's
I
not every day
guarantee
for
you,
sure.
Cameron's been keeping count. I know how competitive she is.
I think he missed only about 5 or 6, you know.
There you go. See?
Seriously lah, I'm
I
serious.
wasn't. I really
lah.
wasn't counting.
No,
wasn't.
I was
So,
watching.
so watch this. After the interview, she's gonna review
Count.
the logs account and then put it in front of you. See? I was
Sure,
right.
sure.
Ah.
No, I
Ah.
counted that day. It's like, oh, okay. So I looked at who actually stole it from you. I counted it as Kian Seh is going to get it. Then who steals it?
Ah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's been keeping count.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you've lost less than
So-
6.
I make my point. It's fascinating because you're processing the prompt, the form, and then injecting something elegant into in 15 minutes. That
Yes.
is noteworthy.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That is absolutely, and not, he doesn't shitpost, you know. His shitpost means writing rubbish and then just putting it in there just to hit the first strike. He actually writes substantial poems, which is something that you're very proud of also, right? Because
True,
you don't
true.
you don't just write a tambak or a haiku or something like that just like boom like that.
I try not to.
Yeah, I mean, there's sometimes that I will do one, but just because I really feel it. But this one, yeah, I'm
Necessity,
Okay.
necessity.
yeah.
Product
So,
of necessity.
Duly
Yeah.
impressed.
yes, exactly. And once again, thank you so much for continuing, because I mean, this month I will also have a full index. Another thing, index posts. We also compete, but this year I beat you, right?
Yeah.
I beat you. I beat Kian Seh in something.
Yeah, you posted the index
yes,
post
my
earlier.
index post came first this year. Ha ha. Yes, I've been trying for years, by the way, to be the first to index, and I'm like, crap, 5 minutes later. But yes, I'm really honored that I've gotten to know you really well this year, and and to be considered a friend and a poet colleague is really an honor to be
Honor is
here.
mine too.
You're so awesome, man. Yeah. Okay, so our audience is an international audience. I mean, you know that Q's Blue World reaches out to an international audience. There are budding poets out there, budding artists out there. What are some things that you would encourage them on?
I think just be thick-skinned and write and share it. Sometimes if you mull on it too long, the product never sees the light of day. Sometimes putting it out there, and one part of it is you might get a more positive response than you anticipate, because maybe you're too hard on yourself. That's one. Sometimes if people do, and there are nice people out there who give friendly criticism, they might help you along with your journey. Like what I said earlier, some of the earlier crits that I received actually helped me see how stuck I was with forms and rhymes and things like this. And once I was able to discard that and try something different, I think a lot of things opened up. So, yeah, just putting yourself out there. Although it's a bit, might be a bit scary. Yeah, but if you find the right community, it should be okay to be a bit vulnerable, just a little bit.
Excellent.
First strike has spoken.
First strike. No Kian Seh first strike.
Don't hesitate. Just
Yeah,
go
don't.
for
Yeah,
it.
just go for it, man. All right. I would like to ask you one last thing, and that is, if you had Catablanc on a message and a word of counsel, not just about writing and creative process, what would you say to the world?
That was a very tough question.
You can use that as a prompt.
Maybe I'll write one tonight on that. Yeah. I don't know. I think the way I live life is just making the most out of every minute, which is why efficiency driven. Even for poetry writing, I find that time is too precious to waste. We don't have that much time here, so try whatever I can. Yeah. So those close enough.
Man.
Close
Yeah,
enough.
close enough.
Okay.
Very good. All right.
So now, you get to turn the tables on Cam and ask her a question.
You got a question for me or not?
No, actually, I didn't come prepared with a question.
See? No question.
Yeah.
Aha! No question. See? He knows me so well. Okay.
Is there something you would like to reveal to her readers? That to ask her to share something that the readers or the viewers will find interesting.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
He's planting a question, actually.
Yeah. Is there anything
What
interesting?
about you? What's your most upcoming project?
Oh my gosh, my most upcoming project, the newest one. I was so sad that the Japanese government hasn't relaxed the COVID restrictions,
right.
travel. So only tour groups that are official get to bring in, and then even then you have to just follow your
Starting
route.
on July 1st.
Yeah, and so my Japan trip is gone. So I can't
Oh.
actually physically go there. But to our friends in Tokyo, TKOO, Kotoba, Slam, we're still going to be doing and working with you online. So, but still, I feel very sad. And then, as a result, we started dreaming about what would be really exquisite. So, what I'm planning to do is to go to Sao Paulo, Brazil,
Oh.
because I really have felt that there's movement. I used to be a dancer. It's one thing that I really want to explore again in my artistry to put to augment my artistry again.
Right.
So I'm going there to dance and to find movement and also renew my creative spirit. And I'm going to be also creating an international festival experience online there. So I'm going to do that, and I'll be inviting different people to like speak or to address a certain topic, and like the likes of Robert Yo,
Ooh.
that kind of stuff, and because it's an international community, there might be new voices, like my English community and my American community might not have ever heard of Robert Yo, but I believe that Robert has something to say to them. And then if I have Poet Khan, Robert might meet Poet Khan and say, oh my gosh, that's awesome. So that's the kind of energy. I'm meeting people like you all that can really excite one another. I mean, I'm not saying everything pao ka liao lah, but I'm saying there are people that I think would really be energized because it's fresh. You talked about
Sounds
feeling like not enough inspiration or everything's like sama, sama, sama. But some of the best ways to do that is to meet someone else, right?
Fair point.
Yeah, so that's my new exciting thing, and as a result, I'm also a little bit sad that we had to let India go as well this time. So to my friends in Mysore, I'm so sorry, but this way it gives me a chance to still work with you guys in the international online platform. So and then the in-person shout-outs will come. Whenever we, for example, for Japan, when the restrictions open up, and also for India when we can come back round again. But yeah, I feel Brazil calling me as the setting for exploring, another dimension of the work that I have done in the past. And as I go through my healing as well, I need to strengthen my body. In fact, I just saw my physiotherapist today, and she said, you need to start building more muscle to be able to deal with the trauma.
Right.
Yeah, so that's my upcoming projects with Q's Blue World. Look out for an international festival online on Zoom for collaborative as well as writing ideas, and to meet some people that you might really find inspiration from. Also, don't forget to check out Q's Blue World and Club Mermaid, because join our fan club. You're going to see lots of stories from our travels as well. The series that I've really been focusing on is You've Got to Meet Kian Seh, yes, and also that series is now 14 stories strong. So and building. All right, so any last words?
Nah.
No last words. Okay, that you heard nah from him. All right. A huge shout out to Lu Shantan, my videographer and co-collaborator with QBW. And this is Kemlyn Tonpappy, Q's Blue World, signing out. Love you. Until the next one. Bye.
Bye.